You're never going to write it out. Don't write it if it's in green, okay? This is really x squared plus 0x minus 25. All right, is everybody okay with that? No one's writing these down in their notes. But that's really what it is. Because if there is no x, 0 times x is 0, okay? So we need two numbers that multiply to 25, not 25, to negative 25, and add to 0. If you're adding to 0, you got to be the same number, right? So we call that the square root. What's the square root of 25? 5. So it's got to be 5 and negative 5 because they have to add up to 0. Okay? It's a special case. You take the square root of the first term, square root of the second term, and it always comes out. So in black, I want you to write down. It's going to be x minus 5, x plus 5. Take the square root of the first term, the square root of the second term. You subtract it, and you add them.
So there are steps every step one. Take square root of the first term, square root of the second term.
Yeah, you want me to run some steps here?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do steps. Steps to factoring difference of squares. Well, that's always the first step anyway. So steps to factoring difference of squares. All right, first step, take the square root of each term, right? So if you got like x squared, I don't know, let's just use a and b, a squared minus b squared. The square root of a squared is just a, right? So you get a minus b, a plus b, because the middle term will always disappear. The middle term will always disappear. Okay? We're going to do a ton of these examples. All right, we're going to start off with another one. X squared minus 36. Let's just do x squared minus 36. Square root of the first term minus the square root of the second term. Square root of the first term plus the square root of the second term. So the square root of x squared, just x. Square root of 36. So we get x minus 6, x plus 6.
That's all these are.
Okay, that's all difference in squares are. We can try to make them a little bit more difficult. All right, let's add a level of difficulty. How about 4x squared minus 9? 4x squared minus 9. Trying to add a level of difficulty here. So the green's a little bit hard to read. All right, so square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x is, square root of x squared is x. So we get 2x, and then the square root of 9, 3. So it would be 2x minus 3, 2x plus. One's always plus, the other one's always minus.
Will they get more difficult than that?
I don't know, probably not. They're difference of squares, they're not super bad. Let's do like 9x squared. How about, I don't know, maybe I have something like this on there, minus 36, 9x squared minus 36. So this one has a step 0 to it. This one has a find the greatest factor first. I could see putting something like that on there for sure. All right, so 9x squared is divisible by 9 and x 36 is divisible by 9. So let's take out a 9. It's 9x squared minus 4. And now the 9 stays the same. The square root of x squared is, square root of 4 is 2. So here we get 9 times x minus 2, x plus 2. So I would say that that is the hardest the difference of squares could be. I think I put some problems on the difference of squares homework, on the factoring homework that were not difference of squares. So what if we had something like this? X squared plus 4. X squared plus 4 will not factor. This is prime. This doesn't factor because they're either both positive or they're both negative, which means the middle will never go away. This is not prime, or sorry, doesn't factor. But I think what I just say is put prime on your homework.
What's prime mean?
Prime means it cannot be factored. Prime means it cannot be factored. So prime means cannot be factored. Okay,